Hey folks, I'm going to be wind up retrofitting my worm bin. I'm going to put some of those different type harvester rods down in here, but I'm going to just kind of show you a couple tricks where I'm going to do this. It might help some of y'all out. But if you imagine the back of my worm bin, these same boards, there's that whole plywood piece in the back. As you see my holes here, like I said, I'm gonna redo this, but that back wall is a solid sheet, so these rods won't go through, but they can turn. And this is a 1/2-inch conduit. It's galvanized, and I don't want this touching my BC, so I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And in a perfect world, what you'd want to do is take these rods out, because I already drilled my holes. I mean, you could do it different. You could actually drill it from the inside. Take these rods out and I put my board on, and then I'll drill these holes all the way through my board that's going to be outside facing this, where these rods can stick through, so they'll actually be sticking out of the wood. And like I say, they'll be able to turn like this. But instead of being where they could just fall out like this, I'm going to show you part of what holds them in place. Anyway, let me get this couple of these rods out. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Alright, what I really wanted to show you right quick, I pulled every other rod out, and it's not going to work out on that end, but that's not going to bother me. But I got every other rod out. But I want to show you on this galvanized, the reason why I'm learning you want to cover it up is, if you look, there's not even any VC on this, and you can tell it's already got a white bit of corrosion on it. And some galvanized does contain lead in the manufacturing process, the way they do this stuff. So I'm going to wind up sleeving these with PVC, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I actually want this is 3/4 inch PVC, and this over here is 1/2 inch galvanized conduit, and this is schedule 40 PVC. And I'm gonna cut it with these cutters right here, but if you don't have those, you're gonna have to use a hacksaw or whatever. And one thing I'm gonna do is, when I line it up, I'm just gonna mark it with my finger and cut it and make sure it fits right on the inside of these boards, and just barely want it to be loose. But once I cut that, I'm gonna get back to you on that part. Barely has any play in there. You got just enough room for expansion and contraction. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna slide one of these pipes out, these galvanized pipes. I'm gonna hold this in there and slide the pipe back in this piece of PVC. But I got a longer one. The conduit I'm gonna use is gonna stick out the front of this, so you'll have a turning rod. But let me get this piece in there and I'll show you after that part. Okay, now as you can see, which I'm not gonna leave it sticking out that far out the front, I'll come back once I got the plywood face on here. Like I say, this pipe is actually going to be coming through the plywood front on here. I just got this open where you can see how it would work. So what you would have to do first is, you're going to have to put the front back on the bin, if you already got holes, and drill through this way, back through all your holes, and you'd be good to go. I know it's a little bit of work, but like I say, I already got this bin built, so I have to do it as I've got to. But or you could, even if you wanted to, the way this is, you could actually just bring your plywood right above this. And the reason being is because, if you look, I know this PVC is, nothing's holding it in here, but once you have this like this, and this PVC on the inside will lock it in, what you do is, I'll come in, once I got all these pipes in here, and I'll mark everywhere I want to drill a hole on this side first. But I'll drill my first two outside holes. I'll drill this one and this one to secure this thing. And this is a sheetrock screw, but what you want to do is you get you some self-tapping screws. And I still like drilling pilot holes. And you'll drill the first two holes. You'll drill this one, and then put the self-tapper in there and leave this screw sticking out. And you'll adjust it where when you put the other bar in, it's going to be opposite of this one where the two screws don't hit. So wherever this one is, your bar over here, you're going to be bringing, offsetting your screws all the way down. And then, like I say, you put it in these two ends, and that'll secure your rod, and then you can just mark out how many screws you want to put in this. And to work on it, you can turn it and then work on the other side. And you can work through this hole even, so you're not fighting, bending down inside this bin trying to line this up. This is really easy to work in this thing. And then all you gotta do is make you something to turn these rods. They actually sell in a box store. They actually have a tool that just fits on a ratchet that's made to fit inside of 1/2-inch pipe, and it has some little spacers that expand out. You can just take one ratchet and stick it in here and turn that one, and then go to your next one that's sticking out, turn that one, and that'll harvest your bin with these screws. But like I said, this one here I'm not going to stick out real far. I don't want to go too far up in the bed, and it'll actually be sticking up. Only is the height of this screw. I'm not going to have them sticking out like that. But like I say, you'll have them sitting sideways, and then to harvest it, you'll be turning it. And but anyway, I wish I had the parts to finish this thing, which I don't. But later on, I want to get them all, show you the completed bin and show you how it works. But hopefully this will help some of y'all out. But anyway, that's it for now.